Today, we're going to be doing something a little bit different for Rumour Monday. We're going to be talking about 11th edition. I am hearing some of the rumblings already about what this edition, the launch box set, may hold, the future of the narrative, etc., etc. I know there's going to be people in the comment section already saying, what the hell are you talking about, Valrak? We're still in 10th edition. We still have codexes and armies to release, etc., etc. And I'm with you. I know. I completely agree. But what Games Workshop's been doing for the past couple of years is that they have a cycle of 3.5 years where they get everything out and then boom, it happens again. This is where we are now with Games Workshop's products. But let's jump in, let's get talking, and let's get waffling about the potential of 11th edition and the models that could be coming with it. Remember, as always, everything that I'm about to talk about in this video is a rumor. Rumors are all lies. Nothing is real. Take it as rumors, not as facts. That is the last thing you need to do walking away from this video. Now let's start, of course, with the big talking point of this video, and that is the 11th edition launch box set. There's been tons of questions about this in my videos, people asking me about it, and I've always given the same response to everyone. What I've heard through the whispers of the warp, and I want to trust these rumors. Well, I'm trusting the rumors, and I always say just because I trust them doesn't mean that you have to trust them. I'm hearing the launch box set for 11th edition is going to be Marines versus Orcs. Now, a lot of people say, is it going to be a theme box set? I know, like, we had so many rumors, like previous box sets, like it was going to be a Blood Angel themed box set because Devastation of Baal and Tyranids and stuff like that. That was like appearing, like popping up on Reddit. And people were like saying, no, Valrak was saying that. I was like, I wasn't saying that. Like, I was reading like the Reddit rumors and stuff. I've always said, right, Games Workshop will always put out a Space Marine half of a new edition box set because Space Marines are, of course, the biggest brand thing that Games Workshop have. Like, a lot of people play Space Marines and they want to add it to their armies. So for people in the comment section like, why is it not Imperial Guard versus Orcs, or, you know, Necrons versus Orcs? It's all about money. That's what it is at the end of the day. And they want to put the product in there that's going to sell the most units to get them the biggest profit. So on the subject of Orcs versus Marines, one of the backbones I'm hearing about this is that apparently the big narrative going forward is going to be Orc themed. Like, something's got to happen with the Orcs, I'm not sure what, and the Orcs are supposed to be like the big bad guy or like the main threat to the Imperium during 11th edition. It's like, is that a big thing anymore? Like, look at what we've got now with 10th edition, really, with the Tyranids, and we've got like the 4th Tyrannic War, and it was supposed to be like the biggest invasion by the Tyranids we've ever seen. The Segmentum Pacificus is burning, you know, Terra is in danger, and stuff like that. And we haven't really heard that much about it. We're still in the Pariah Nexus with the Silent King, Vashtor. I think Gilliman's supposed to be going there. Imitate the Stormlord. There's a lot of Necron Civil War going on. We still have this narrative, and to truth be told, I don't think Games Workshop are going to push this forward anytime soon. Hopefully I'm wrong, because I would love to get an end to this. Like, the whole Pariah Nexus storyline has been going now since the end of 8th edition, if I'm not mistaken. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Definitely through 9th edition and stuff like that. So yeah, it feels like that story's been a bit strung out, and it's just got to a point where I just stopped caring about it because they've just done absolutely nothing with the story. But that is a different subject altogether. Orcs versus the Imperium, and as I mentioned, the narrative of the Orcs being the main threat. And one of the things I've heard connected to this is the Space Wolves. Now, this is a really, really cool subject as well, because if you've been watching my streams and stuff, we've been talking about this a little bit, that the Space Wolves are supposed to be getting a full-on refresh. Well, I say refresh, they're supposed to be getting new models, characters redone, certain units redone. Hopefully I'll have a video up about that sometime around Christmas time and stuff. And they're supposed to be one of the main chapters that take on the Orcs. Now, of course, the Space Wolves, from what I've heard, are supposed to be releasing next year, by the end of next year. It could be around Christmas time, summertime, by the end of next year. And maybe that then starts to line up with the narrative of the launch of the next big 11th edition, because what we normally get for people who have been in this situation before, Games Workshop puts all the codexes out and everything like that, and once all the codexes out, they start like a little narrative campaign that slowly builds up to the next big edition. Then, for example, we had like the Prime Nexus, we had the big Space Hulks. I think the name escapes you now, with Vashdor appearing and Abaddon, and that brought the Lion back with Angron, etc. and stuff like that. So maybe this is what we could start seeing now towards the end of this edition. I know one thing people keep asking me, and that is the return of Leman Russ. If Space Wolves are coming back, does that mean Leman Russ is coming back? At this moment in time, right now, I've heard absolutely zero about Leman Russ. The only thing I could say from a financial standpoint from Games Workshop, it would make the most sense, because when you refresh some of the big chapters like we've seen with the Dark Angels, it makes sense to bring their Primarch back, right? So if they were to refresh the Space Wolves, it would make sense to bring their Primarch back, but again, I've heard nothing about it. The only Primarch I know that's coming back to 40k is Fulgrim, and that is happening next year. Around springtime again, I'm hearing the Emperor's Children stuff, so hopefully by then we'll see Fulgrim in all his splendor, and maybe then they can start teasing another Loyalist Primarch coming back. I know a lot of people don't like Primarchs coming back to the setting. It's kind of this, you know, it's this whole debate within the community itself. Are Primarchs ruining the 40k setting? Are they ruining the 40k lore? Again, that is probably another subject for an entire different video there. But when it comes to the 11th edition and the actual box set itself, I can't really talk about like the Orc side of things because I'm not an Orc player, right? So I don't really know what the Orcs need as a refresh. We just got brand new tank busters. I would say Storm Boys is probably maybe a possibility, but then again, you can probably argue that Storm Boys could be great for kill team and stuff, because you know they have new rules for like air combat. I don't know. Orc players, if you can right now, pause the video and make a list of what new units, what new HQs, characters and stuff. Well, I actually won't say characters, because they never normally put characters in these box sets, because they want everything to be bland so you can paint it and do it as you wish. Like, what new stuff would you want for Orcs? And to flip that coin over, we have, of course, the Space Marine speculation. What could be coming in the box set of Unfinished with Space Marines? Quite a few things to talk about with this. You know, I have a few ideas, being a, you know, somewhat of a Space Marine player fan myself. First things first, I think you should look at what the actual range doesn't have at this moment in time. Like, we've got like Melter squads, right? We've got Flamer squads, we've got Bolter squads. The way that Games Workshop has been doing the new Marines, that it's very, very weapon focused squads. Now, one thing that I've been talking about a lot is Volkite, Neo Volkite. I think maybe this could be the next big feature for Space Marines. We have Neo Volkite pistols, right? But we haven't seen any big Neo Volkite guns. We know Volkite guns existed back during the Horus Heresy and the Great Crusade, and we've got the Neo Volkite tech still with the Space Marine chapters, so it shouldn't be a problem for Belisarius Core to expand this into bigger type of guns, bigger type of weapons, to start bringing more pain to the enemies and the Xenos of the Imperium. There's other units like Vanguard Marines, you know, the Jump Assault Troops, veterans and stuff like that. We already got Stern Guard and stuff, so it makes sense if we got Vanguard, just to mirror that. Like bigger, more chunky units, of course, is Terminators. We're still waiting for the Assault Terminators. We got the Ranged Terminators, but we're still waiting for the Thunder Hammers, the Shields, the Lightning Claws. Yes, you can kit bash it and, you know, do your best and stuff, but with the new scale and everything, people just want it at that new scale, right? They want new, cool-looking poses, and a lot of people, myself included, are still scratching our head why Games Workshop still hasn't talked about this, mentioned it, released anything to do with Assault Terminators, because I'd argue that the Assault Terminators are taken more than the actual ranged Terminators. So yeah, it was a weird decision from Games Workshop on that road. Tanks, or vehicles, should I say. A lot of people want more variants in the speeders. People want more artillery tanks, and we got to see something to do with like maybe like a hover artillery tank. I can't see like I don't know, like a Primaris hover artillery tank. Maybe some type of you know, grounded artillery tank, I can definitely get my head around. What other weapons is there? Grav weapons. Technically, we do have some grav weapons with Primaris. The Imperial Fist Captain, Torgadon, he has a big grav weapon on his backpack, and if you buy the Tech Marine, one of the weapon options for the Tech Marine is a grav pistol. So maybe that is a road they can go down and start having more grav weapons, not only for the troops themselves, the actual Marines, but maybe on vehicles. Maybe like, I don't know, like you know, a grav tank shooting grav weapons. Like, what a day would that be? Or I should say a repulsor tank shooting grav weapons. That could be a sight to behold, right? And I'm sure that could look very, very cool. Sorry, this has turned into like a massive just shopping list of what I'd like to see. The thing was, Space Marines, like, you have so many things, so many HQ choices. There's more chaplains, you know, more Primaris lieutenants, captains, just everything. Apothecaries, maybe a Terminator apothecary HQ. You know, just there's just so much stuff. You know, variants of like Blade Guard champions, or I don't know. There's just so many things there you could really go down with Space Marines. Hopefully you chaps will make some comments in the comment section down below and tell me what units you'd like to see refreshed and stuff like that. The main point of this video, the reason why I'm making this video today, is just really jumping on that train of, you know, getting that, I would say getting the hype going, but getting the momentum going now that we are heading towards a new edition. Now, I know a lot of people start talking about the rules and everything like that. I'll be completely honest with you. 10th edition for me has been more of a collecting edition, and I haven't really done that much collecting. Like, I haven't really done that much painting in 10th edition. I have no idea what the rules are going to be. Are they going to be like 10.5? Are they going to be completely reworked, refreshed? You know, this is like a brand new way to play the game. Absolutely no idea. I did a video a couple of weeks ago on my thoughts on Warhammer 40,000 10th edition, and a vast majority of people in that video agreed with what I had to say. A lot of people, of course, disagreed, which is fine. You know, we can have these, you know, adult discussions. You know, all I have to agree and stuff. Everyone sees the way to have fun differently, which is a great thing. As long as you're having fun, who the hell cares, right? But I do think something needs to happen to put a little bit more story, a little bit more fun, a little bit more incentive back into the game to, I don't know, excite people a little bit. So hopefully whoever's writing the rules, doing the rules, they're really thinking of that. And when it does drop, we can all be happy, we can all play it, and we'll all have fun when it eventually does come. Probably one of the questions I'm going to get, when do I think this is going to happen? Well, definitely not next year, because next year is packed full of refreshes and releases for some huge armies. We've got Eldar, we've got the Imperial Guard, of course, like I said, Space Wolves. You're going to have like Black Templars, Wood Eaters, Thousand Suns, Death Guard. You know, all these big factions, they're all going to be releasing next year. For me personally, I think we're probably, I say mid to late 2026 for 11th edition. That is where that is where I see it. I could be completely bamboozled. They could do it like maybe at the start of 2026 or something like that. I don't know. But they always tend to release it like a summertime, or, you know, around like a big event where a lot of people are off, so they can, you know, invest into it, paint it, and, you know, build it and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm going to say 2026, sometime in 2026. I know that is a long stretch, but I'm going to say 2026, 11 edition is going to be out, and hopefully I'll start hearing more stuff about the potential of this box set, like what's actually inside of it. Again, the only thing I said at the start of this video is literally, I'm hearing it is Space Marines versus Orcs. That is the big rumor at this point in time, and the narrative is supposed to involve the Space Wolves somehow. But yeah, that is me done. Mate, what an absolute waffle of a video this has been, right? It's just nice to sit here and talk. I like it. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you haven't, then I'm sorry. If you have, then what a simp. Right. Have a great day. Have a great start of the week. Thanks for coming for Rumour Monday, and I'll catch you tomorrow when we talk even more stuff. We'll talk about Gabriel Seth, right? What the hell's happened to Gabriel Seth? Games Workshop have put him in the bin. What the hell? GW?